So I got this buddy in Seattle. He's got a brother. They're from the Chicago area. His brother's got a little bit of a heroin problem. Okay, so he's a qualified. I feel so retarded because I can't think of this, but he's a qualified electrician. He's in the union. He can basically do what he wants, go anywhere, make 45, 50 bucks an hour.
But he loves the drugs.
Loves the drugs.
Yeah, that's sad.
My buddy, who's a bit of an asshole, loves his brother, likes to torment him on a weekly basis by sending him all these horrible, like, YouTube videos, like off. Like awful things. The chicken song.
Oh fuck.
All this stuff, like the one you gotta say no to drugs. Like all this shit, right? So he just sends him this shit all the time and fucks with his brother. It's hilarious. And then it was, God, fucking a week and a half ago, he tells me, sends me this article, and his brother got picked up for something, some attempted robbery gone wrong. He fucked it up big time, I guess.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
He was probably hopped up on the heroin.
Yeah, he said
had the needle still stuck in his arm and shit.
He said it hit his parents pretty hard. So it was kind of, because they're getting, he's 40, his brother's, maybe my age, maybe closer to 35-ish or so.
A few years apart, right?
So,
and one's doing really well, right? Probably like kind of straight-laced, but not really.
He's got a, he worked with me. He's got a 100 to 120,000 a year job. He did just get married, and
probably got a kid on the way.
1.5 years later, divorced.
Oh fuck!
So
never
he's
mind. So he's got a kid.
No, but
was it a shotgun wedding?
I think they were together like 3 years, which that's a good chunk of time in today's world. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think my first marriage was like, I don't know, 20 months. We're counting these in baby years, people.
Yeah, it's like I held out for a while.
Yeah, not getting married.
Yeah.
How old were you when you got married? Like fucking 30?
No.
20, 28, 25?
25.
And you were with her from like high school?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm not going to lie. 25.
High school and
25 is probably a good time to
shit happens.
Get married.
Well, it's a little
for
early,
your first time.
He
hasn't fucked it up yet, people.
I'm working on it.
God, don't do that. Gets expensive, especially after kids.
Yeah. I see that going on now. Yeah,
so Nick's laughing at me again, guys. So I have these like fucking weird beer bottle openers, and Nick is looking at the one I currently have sitting on the table. He's like, "You're not a fucking warrior, fat ass." There's no way this is yours.
Is it like it says I survived Warrior Dash?
Yeah.
So like, is that like a like a big new burrito at Chipotle.
No,
Like
I really did the Warrior Dash 2 years in a row.
I made the dash from the table to the bathroom like a warrior.
That's not what I wanted. Where's the IPA?
There's 3 of them right here.
Oh, there we go. Stick that back. Oh. Yeah, so I actually survived the Warrior Dash. See the date on that son bitch?
Yeah, it says 2013.
2013.
And you're kind of still alive.
I'm kind of still alive. It was fun. I would totally do it again. I would need to like go running for a month before, but
yeah, like a year. I mean, I would have to go for a year.
God,
I think fucking out of shape.
I'm trying to remember. It's like 3.3 miles. It's a 5K. It's a 5K and it's got obstacles.
Oh.
Right, there's a fucking you get to the first thing, you're like, oh god, that's a wall.
Yeah.
Are those 2x4s?
I was gonna ask.
Oh my god, am I supposed to climb that? Where's the trail around it?
What all it entailed? It's like, and then you start talking about running. I'm like, it's just a run. That's
no
not awful. And then you're like,
no. Then you got to climb
wall.
stuff. And
yeah, fuck that. I'm
so
out.
The climbing wasn't that bad. It was the first obstacles you come to, you run out of this field into the trees, and then it narrows down. There's like 3,000 people trying to run through a 3-foot wide trail.
Jesus.
Some jackass runs into a tree every time, somebody trips over a stump. Somewhere in the field, when you first come out of the trees, somebody's got a bloody nose almost every time. So that's not even the obstacle. That's just the first little jaunt, right? Then you get to the first obstacle. It's usually like mud hills, and they're like 6 foot. I'm not 6 foot. They're 6 foot tall. They're a little more than a 45-degree angle, and it's mud, and you're wearing running shoes.
Fuck
so you've got 2 choices. You balls to the walls, and when you slip, you grab the top, or you like go up backwards and jam your heels into the mud and make steps.
God.
So that's the first one, but there's 3 in a row. And then once you get through the mud, you go through like 10 feet of what used to be grass and it's now mud.
Fuck.
No big deal. But then you've got these like 100-foot long, 6-inch wide planks of slick wood that you got to walk across.
Is this a joke?
Dude, I watched like 40% of the people fall off, and half of those landed sideways across that 6-inch plank. Oh yeah.
God damn.
So then you you keep going. You got to go over this bridge, and then you go down a big freaking hill, and you go back up another big hill, and there's the wall. And by this time, you're like halfway, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
There's no fucking way. I wouldn't even sign my ass up for that.
The only good thing about the wall is once you get to the wall, there's usually like 300 people in front of you. And there's like, I don't know, like maybe 10 spots or 5 spots that you can go up over the wall.
You get a little rest in.
Yeah, there's like 10 people at least in front of you, and somebody's going to get halfway up and fall off. No joke. They're going to fall the fuck off.
Can you just like play it off, catch your wind for 15 minutes and be like, you know what, I'm just going to go around, for their sake.
You can go around. You can. There's a way. You got to go to one of the ends, and then you're like, hey, I'm fat. Can I just fucking side skirt this thing?
I did an enduro. Oh God, that was about 5 years ago. I did an enduro with my CR 250.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Are you talking like a poker run, or like you get on it and ride for like 30 miles?
This was a straight up timed snotty ass goat trail in the woods in Duro. Like it was bad. Yeah, I'll take some of that. It's fucking cold out here. Ugh. Yeah, man. I remember as this old guy at work. I mean, this guy's fucking 66, 65. You know, I remember when they like wheeled their bikes off the trailer when I got there, and I'm looking at like a fucking an XR 200. And this other guy, oh fuck, what's his name? His name's like Duffy. He wheels this thing.
That's his first name?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. That's fucking pretty awesome,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, yeah. And, you know, this is like the guy's life is just, it's all about bikes and riding. And he's cool. He's got some cool old shit, right?
That's what we're drinking.
Nice. I like that label.
Right?
So he wheels this fucking thing off. He's got this like kind of cargo van looking deal. It's like a hybrid. It's a trials bike with an XR 200 jammed in it and some sort of fucking 1968 huge padded seat like duct taped onto it, right? I mean, I'm laughing my balls off.
You talking like a banana seat?
I mean, that's what it looks like,
Oh my
right?
God.
And
there's like nothing to these bikes.
Yeah.
It's like an aluminum frame. There's fucking zero anything.
It's just
to
like
it.
the whole thing's just weird looking. It's all old. It's all outdated. And I'm kind of like chuckling under my breath. Here I've got this like '01. You know, it's old at the time, but it's
Still a good
two-stroke.
bike.
It's track bike. It's got worked over fucking suspension. I got a hot 250 two-stroke motor, and you know how stupid I am, and I love my two-strokes. So, of course, well, what I don't know is this is my first enduro.
Nice.
That CR250, as well as me on top of it, had no fucking reason being out in the middle of this.
How old were you?
Oh, God. 28, 29. Something like that. Like I was pushing.
Jesus,
I mean 30.
I'm not gonna lie. That's like in dirt bike years. That's like you should have probably quit.
I know, and that's the whole thing. Is here I am, like I'm seeing these guys wheel out these just huge pieces of shit, like these weird fucking crappy duct taped together bikes.
And they're smoking people.
They kicked my fucking ass all goddamn day long. They must have stopped 20 times and been like, hey, are you okay? You know, as I'm picking the fucking bike up off me in the middle of the briars. Like, I'm fine. Just go. Just leave me. I'm good.
You're like, oh, this hurts.
Oh, my.
My big toe.
I spent half that day or more just on my ass. Like I remember making up an excuse like, oh, I think my clutch is out at like the 3/4 mark. Like something wrong's with my clutch, man. It's just not working. I'm gonna take the flatbed back.
You don't need a clutch.
No.
I've seen you ride.
No. I was just making shit up at that point. I'm like, fuck. I got the flu. I got the runs. Like whatever they would buy. Whatever.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I use that when I don't want to go to work. The whole, I mean, you know, you've always got that boss. It's like you call in, you're like, hey, I'm not feeling good. I'm not going to make it in. And your boss goes, well, how sick are you? You know that guy? You know what I'm talking about. Everybody's had that boss. They're like, well, how sick are you? So if you just skip that whole thing and go, I can't make it in, I've got diarrhea. Your boss is like, whoa, stay home. I hope you feel better.
There was that time I had like food poisoning, like legit food poisoning that lasted like
days.
This shit lasted
like a week.
3 fucking days.
Yeah.
Right. I'm riding into work on my R1. I get 2 minutes up the freeway. and I yank this fucking thing over to the side, and it's a mad race to get my helmet unstrapped. And I mean, I just barely crested that thing up over my nose, and I'm like, and I'm like, I'm fucking calling. And they're like, well, how bad is it? I'm like, I'm standing on the side of the fucking freeway. It's 4:30 in the morning.
And I'm pretty sure I just lost 2 days ago food.
I just fucking threw up. And you know that little vent where your visor is? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I just threw up out of that. I got to figure out how to clean my nose vents in my helmet before I get home. He's like, all right, well, that sounds pretty good. Why don't you just go ahead and stay there?
Oh, man.
Like,
that's so gross.
Fuck you.
Okay, so I want to get into electric cars. And here's why. Nick's over here looking at my my computer screen, and there's this funky looking black thing.
Okay.
It's freaking cool, right?
Well, it looks like an LMP car.
Right. That is the new Volkswagen Pikes Peak car. V-Dub is taking on Pikes Peak. What's that guy's name that has the fastest time? Sebastian Loeb or something.
Oh.
Is that right?
Did they? I think he still holds the record.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
you're right.
7.5 minutes or 7 minutes, 58 seconds. Something stupid,
It's
right?
fucking nuts.
So VW.
I think that was that the last year that they went dirt and asphalt, or was that the first year?
I think that was the first year of all asphalt or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I don't remember how far, but like the last couple miles or mile used to be gravel. Once you got up, where your car didn't run so well anymore.
Well, yeah, you get up top there.
Anyway, VW is building a car for this, right? Now, I'm kind of hoping we get to see it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping we get to see it in the Portland International Auto Show when we go to that. Because I really want to talk to somebody about this car.
Oh, yeah.
So here's what it is. It's all electric. It looks like a damn supercar.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, you can't really see a good picture of it. If you go Google it, I just typed in VW Pikes Peak electric car and then clicked on images, and like the first 4 images are of this car. It looks like a black and white picture. It looks like the car is inside a dark garage with backlighting. So you can't really see it, but it looks freaking cool. It looks fast as shit. It's all electric. Now, I'm not sure exactly how I feel about electric cars and racing yet. I know why they're doing it. The all electrics and the hybrids and all that stuff. I know why they're doing it. Let's talk about why they do racing.
Well, I mean, it's not.
What is racing?
It's not all environmental anymore. They're getting crap tons of fucking torque out of these things.
But the whole reason they do racing is for R&D. That's all their research and development,
right,
and everything.
And what are we pushing hard these days?
Right.
Electric cars.
Right. So that's why they're doing it. And Nick and I were talking before we started about some of the different racings that they do with the all electrics and the hybrids. I got to talking about the Formula One, how that is, oh man, what is that? It's a V6 with a 200 horsepower boost of electric.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
When you get the all-wheel drive hybrid set up.
Yes.
I'm down with that.
Those things are so fast. I can't believe how freaking fast they are.
Well, that's like the NSX. I mean, that new NSX has got just crazy.
And I
crazy
can't
power.
remember.
It's heavy as fuck, but
Yeah. So I was reading an article about the all-electric version. What is that? The Formula One electric? What do they call that?
oh yeah, Formula E.
Formula E. So I think like Switzerland banned them because they have too much freaking
God,
power.
What did I just read an article on. I feel like I'm retarded now because I can't remember. It's like I get all the side effects of smoking weed by
But you
by
don't?
being 35 and having kids, being ran fucking rotten. All the side effects of smoking weed with none of the joys.
Or sleep.
Or sleep. Yeah, I'm just I just read that article where they tried, or they're putting all this money into like building a track through the middle of the city.
And you can't remember where it's at.
And like
or
half
who's
of them
doing it.
half of them are pissed because nobody else is putting money into it for this shit.
Right.
But I don't know. They claim the benefits of, for one, all the commerce they'll get from the spectators, and two, just like the industry alone, the industry of electrics and automobiles and whatnot, that they're gonna do quite well on this. So I don't know. I'm kind
of excited about
well,
it.
yeah.
Right?
I mean, I you just can't like. Do I want to jump in a 600 horse electric Nissan Leaf? Or do I want to jump in and listen to a nice Jaguar F-Type
Right.
SVR, the loudest
So,
fucking production car ever?
I mean, I love the sound. You definitely love the sound of a good, sports car or supercar or,
yeah, but
even
we're getting that
even
way, though.
even a good sounding pickup.
Fuck yeah.
You can't beat the V8, the V10, the V12. Those sounds, or that note when they're humming, they just make a good sound.
Especially the older cars. I mean, the older carbureted V8s sound amazing. God, the older. I mean, the hypercars. That term does not apply to 60s, 70s Lamborghinis and Ferraris.
Oh no, that's got a different note. Those things sing.
Fuck, those things sound so good. All those carburetors and all those cylinders. I mean, what a fucking nightmare to work on. But
God, what is it? It's a single barrel carb for every 2 cylinders or something.
Some of them I think have 2.
2 per cylinder.
I mean, it's fucking insane.
At least one, right?
But they sound
like
so sexy. Oh,
it's
my
like
God.
a Cooney side draft. Or
I hear like an old Mira SV, guy ripping on one of those. I want to drop my pants and start fucking spanking one out. They sound so fucking hot. Oh my God.
And Nick tries to lose our listeners again.
They don't know what I'm packing.
Oh yeah, they do. These are men.
Now,
They know what you're talking about.
So what is the gayest electric car of all time? I know you want to say Prius, but
I don't know if gayest is the right term, dude.
think Nissan.
Oh,
I may have mentioned it.
God.
Look at this.
What do you got?
That's a Nissan Leaf.
That one on the left on the second row there?
That thing is hot.
That thing's cool.
Yeah, it's fucking hot.
Are you serious? That's
If
a
they
Nissan?
sold Leafs like that, electric or powered by a fucking 5-horse Briggs and Stratton, I would be down there tomorrow at the dealership.
Oh, that's cool.
Fuck yeah,
So,
that thing's cool.
Last year when I went to the International Auto Show, the Portland International Auto Show,
Which we're going to.
I went and looked at like all the electric cars and stuff that I could, because everybody has them now. I mean, Toyota, Nissan, Honda, everybody's got one. Toyota has had one for quite some time, but I got to go upstairs like the night before the show started.
Yeah.
They do like this benefit thing, and it's a tax write off. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go. It's $100 a person. So the wife and I went and checked out BMW's lineup of electric cars. They've got like two or three, and the
The i3, the
Yeah.
i8. Is there anything else?
I think it's the i3 and the i8.
Well, the i8's that kind of supercar looking.
It's got gull wings or something like that, Lambo style doors.
Oh,
It's freaking cool. That thing is hot. That is a hot car. And I'm not sure, but I think that thing will destroy most cars on the road.
Well, I think from what I looked into it, like the performance isn't all that for the money.
Right.
But we're talking about a fucking pretty quick.
It's getting there.
And a pretty hot car. And that thing looks so good.
These cars are definitely getting there. So this year when we go, I definitely want to check those out again and see where the technology's come in the last year.
I'm gonna start dropping names like a motherfucker and be like, I got a podcast. You want to hand me keys to that new Jag?
And I'm gonna be behind him going, don't tell him we've got 7 listeners now.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. I don't care. Hey, shut up. They don't need to know that shit.
Hey, thank you to the 3 new listeners we have. We really appreciate you. You guys are awesome.
Yes,
thanks for sticking around. Thanks for not ditching us.
Just go ahead and let us self-destruct.
Thanks for not letting Nick's last debacle fuck it up for you.
I'm just getting warmed up about the deep dark hole of YouTube.
You know what we haven't talked about in a while? Like the last couple episodes, and I didn't realize it till I listened to them again. We haven't talked about the man box. You know?
I still love that name.
Oh, I know, right? We haven't talked about the man box. So this is going to be really quick. I looked up the name, the man box, because I was like, I kind of like to change the name of the show to the man box.
Mm-hmm. I'm down.
Not now, but I would like to change it somewhere around the time we start getting decent.
Stop being so fucking retarded.
When we stop being
fucktards. Like a couple of drunk fucktards in a garage.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm going to look into this. So I started looking and I looked it up. I'm not going to lie. It is the perfect name for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kidding. We'll go to break here in about the next 3 minutes. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's like the perfect name for our show.
All right. All right.
So if you guys are new to the show, basically my take on the man box is it's not like a toolbox.
No.
But kinda. It's the things that you can do, the things that people that can do, like how to run a chainsaw.
It's like that travel toolbox you put behind the seat of the truck.
Right. It's like, hey, Nick knows how to run a chainsaw. I know how to run a leaf blower. Let's make a fucking trade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, hey, I've got a brand new pressure washer in the corner of the garage. If you need it, come get it. You know?
These are all essential topics that you either need to know how to do as a man.
Right. Or you got to know where to find somebody that does it. Like,
and that's part of the man
I've got a welder buddy. If I need some welding done, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to call my buddy and go, dude, you're good at this.
And that's
Can you do this for me?
Yeah, that's part of the man code too. Like,
oh yeah.
You don't tell the wife you can't fucking do it. You just tell her, I got a guy.
Like, yeah, I know some people.
Yeah. I know how it's going, but
like
he could do it a little better than I can. So
my grandpa, really good at working with wood, right?
Yep.
He could build anything. He could put a door in back in his time, I mean, he could do all that shit. We tore a bathroom out one weekend and had it put back in by, Wednesday the next week. And it was perfect. And he did all the plumbing, the concrete work, the woodwork, putting the door in. He did all of that. I mean, he didn't start knowing how to do that.
Fuck no.
When I was a kid, I would watch my dad get up on the roof with a bunch of buddies and like tear the roofing off and put new roofing on. He didn't know how to lay a shingle to save his life, but goddamn, he knew a guy down the street that knew how to do it. And you know what? He knew how to do something that guy didn't know how to do, so he'd go over there and help that guy, and then that guy'd come up. It was just, that's how it used to be. It's not like that anymore.
Negotiating aspect
Yeah.
and knowing people, that's
Like,
a
hey,
very
dude,
important tool in the man box.
I got a work party. Let's go over here. We'll drink some beer. We'll have the work party. Maybe we'll throw some horseshoes at the end. Whatever. That's
every work party involves beer and or grilling and or both.
Right. And it doesn't matter how hot or cold it is.
Fuck no. I barbecued in the snow so many times, it's stupid.
All right. We're going to wrap this segment up, hit a break, and then we'll be back, fellas.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Thanks for sticking around for the 6th episode. Means a lot to us that you're still here. Please, by all means, if you guys have anything to say, comments, concerns, anything, shoot us an email at bacardikid68@yahoo.com and bacardikid6868@gmail.com, and look for us on Twitter at bacardikid68. Thanks for sticking around. Over and out.